Good morning, distinguished visitors, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen joining us online today. Welcome to today's change of command ceremony where Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis will relinquish command of the 87th Comptroller Squadron to Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Dejesus. I am Second Lieutenant Melanie Bartholomew, your narrator for today's ceremony. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, today's change of command ceremony will look slightly different, as proper social distancing measures in line with CDC, public health, and installation guidance will be followed. At this time, please silence or turn off all electronic devices. Throughout military history, soldiers in the field often could not identify their own commanders. Recognizing this problem, the Continental Army of the United States conducted the first official change of command ceremony. Today, just as in the past, the formal change of command allows airmen to witness the actual transfer of command between two officers and see their new commander firsthand. The change of command also adds color and pageantry to military life through the transfer of the symbolic unit guidon while preserving tradition and stimulating esprit de corps. Shortly, while adhering to social distancing guidelines, the 87th Comptroller Squadron guidon will be passed from Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis to Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Dejesus, signifying the official change of command. Throughout today's ceremony, you will be given various cues to stand and be seated. As a reminder, civilian guests should place their right hand over their heart during the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, please join us and stand for the singing of the national anthem by Mr. Matt E. Barb, the invocation by Chaplain Husfeld, and the arrival of the official party.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning. Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before your throne of grace with joyous hearts as we celebrate the tenure of our commander, Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis. And trust today begins the celebration of a new commander's tenure under Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Dejesus. Colonel Davis's 3 years have produced and enabled great success for the 87th Comptroller Squadron and the larger Joint Base community. We thank you for all of the Davis's contributions, Lord. Along with Ross, we thank you for Rebecca, Reese, Riley, Renner, and Reagan. As they start their new tour and begin life together in a new home and community, grant them continued love and unity as a family, and endurance and successes through the challenges of tomorrow. As Colonel Dejesus takes the reins and mantle of authority as the new comptroller, grant him wisdom from above to lead us well into even greater successes personally and corporately as we live and serve at JBMDL. We also ask your blessing upon the Dejesus' home life. Grant peace, love upon Jerry and Wilma and their children, Carissa and Samantha. Finally, Lord, thank you for the men and women, service members and civilians of the 87th Comptroller Squadron and the wing staff agencies. Help us to trust you for your grace and mercy to abound as we continue to execute our nation's battles. By your grace, O God, bless our remaining time together, our colleagues serving in harm's way. Comfort our wounded and those who grieve, and may our nation's leaders honor you with decisions made as we steward our amazing freedom. In your name, amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Ebarb and Chaplain Husfeld. At this time, please join me in recognizing our official party, distinguished visitors, and honored guests attending today's ceremony in person and online. Please hold your applause until all attendees have been recognized. Our presiding officer and the commander, 87th Air Base Wing, Colonel Bridget Gelati. The commander, 87th Comptroller Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis, his spouse, Rebecca, and their children, Reese, Riley, Renner, and Reagan. His mother, Vanessa Ayers, his father and his wife, Scott and Pam Davis. Our incoming commander, Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Dejesus, his spouse, Wilma, and their children, Carissa and Samantha. His mother, Pablo Dejesus. Bearing the squadron guidon is the 87th Comptroller Squadron First Sergeant, Master Sergeant Michael Cregan. The Command Chief, 87th Air Base Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Bill Fitch. We are also privileged to have with us today online commanders and senior enlisted leaders representing the vast array of Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard units that call Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst home. We also welcome all honorary commanders and special guests of the 87th Comptroller Squadron. Thank you so much for joining us virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Gelati.
All right, good morning. Thank you to everyone for joining us today, whether in person or virtually, as we recognize the 87th Comptroller Squadron and the great work Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis has accomplished over the last 3 years across his squadron, the 87th Air Base Wing, and the Joint Base. Today's challenging environment has tested our agility, adaptability, and creativity. Our efforts to protect one another from the threat of COVID has made us appreciate even more those things we once enjoyed: freedom of movement, social connectedness, and the ability to uphold long-standing traditions. This ceremony is being conducted in a manner which mitigates that current threat while affording us an innovative approach to honoring the long-standing tradition of passing the responsibility of command from one leader to another. Thanks to our Joint Base leaders, civic leaders, honorary commanders, and the Airmen of the Comptroller Squadron for sharing your time with us today. A warm welcome to Ross and Jerry's family members that are with us: Rebecca, Reese, Riley, Renner, Reagan, say that fast a couple times, Wilma, Carissa, and Samantha, and their parents, Vanessa Ayers, Scott and Pam Davis, and Pablo Dejesus. A special thank you to Captain Bogan and his team for putting this ceremony together, Mr. Matt Ebarb for that beautiful national anthem, and Chaplain Husfeld for your inspirational words. Today marks a new chapter in the proud legacy of the 87th Comptroller Squadron. As we celebrate the closing of one chapter and the start of another in this squadron's history, this ceremony acknowledges that official transfer of responsibility from Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis to Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Dejesus. Commanders carry the special trust and confidence of their superiors, but more importantly, commanders carry the trust and confidence of the personnel they are charged to lead to accomplish the unit's mission. Specifically for the 87th Comptroller Squadron, its commander is charged with serving as the Chief Financial Officer, advocating for the financial needs of 5 wings, 88 mission partners, 30 geographically separated units, and 52,000 personnel for the Department of Defense's only tri-service joint base. Additionally, the commander serves as the squadron commander for 206 additional personnel across our 19 wing staff agencies. Under Ross's leadership, the men and women of the Comptroller Squadron aided 10,200 customers, conducted 18,000 pay transactions, and processed 14,000 travel vouchers. Additionally, this team captured the $4.8 billion impact of the Joint Base to the region in the form of an economic impact report for the first time in 10 years. They also ensured rapid global mobility through FM support by supporting POTUS, hurricane response, and Venezuela aid missions, along with the KC-46 stand-up. In total, Ross ensured $450 million O&M dollars were obligated over the last 2 years, the third largest installation support budget. Ross and his team also established partnerships with our geographically separated units to work pay and travel issues, and in some cases, members of the squadron traveled to the unit to aid their individuals before deployments. Furthermore, Ross established contracting and comptroller squadron rodeos to maximize spending, resource allocation, and acquisition, providing a consistent line of communication on all funding and contract requirements, issues, and concerns. For all of their efforts, the 87th Comptroller Squadron was recognized as Air Mobility Command's 2019 Comptroller Organization of the Year. As if leading your own squadron wasn't challenging enough, Ross also led the wing staff agencies and provided the squadron commander oversight these agencies needed. He built a continuity of operations to help distribute and align additional duties across the 19 agencies. For every airman, military and civilian alike, whether Comptroller Squadron or wing staff agency, I can tell you Ross trusted you, he believed in you, and he advocated hard on your behalf. And know that he had to do so with 3 other colonels, our group commanders. Believe me when I say he held his own. I'd also like to recognize Ross's better half, Rebecca. Rebecca, thanks for being a great wingman to Ross. I'm sorry you couldn't be here today, but know we appreciate all you've done these last few years. And to Reese, Riley, Renner, and Reagan, thank you for providing your dad with love and support as he carried out his important responsibilities. Ross, it has been an honor to serve with you and watch you lead the squadron in tremendously challenging times. Your dedication enabled your team to flourish during these times and paved the way for this team's continued success. I am proud of you and your team and how it has executed its mission under your charge. Thank you to both you and Rebecca for all you have done for our airmen, our wing, and this base. And best of luck to you as you head off to the National Capital Region and Capstone. In a few moments, responsibility of command will pass to another great airman, Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Dejesus. Jerry comes to us well qualified to lead the 87th Comptroller Squadron with the experience, proven performance, and leadership qualities to take the squadron to even newer heights. Jerry's record has numerous stratifications and awards, and he's described as transformational, brilliant, and a powerhouse performer. He has experience across multiple major commands and a combatant command, and he's also an Air Force level award winner. Most recently, Jerry commanded the 8th Comptroller Squadron at Kunsan Air Base, Korea. There, he executed a $44 million budget and streamlined 3 PCS processes, reducing airman wait times and returning 480 man-hours back to the wing. He also ran the #1 government travel card program in PACAF, earning $410,000 in rebates and providing the wing commander the financial flexibility to fill 6 critical IP positions. Finally, he secured $1.9 million for dorm HVAC repairs, resolving a 10-year issue. Simply stated, Jerry is the ideal officer and leader to command this squadron, and really the best officer that can build on Ross's tremendous success. Jerry, I know the team will continue to thrive under your charge. Wilma, Carissa, and Samantha, I also want to thank you for your tremendous support. Jerry will need that in the days and months ahead, and your Air Force family greatly appreciates the sacrifices you've already made and will continue to make. I wish you all the best as you take on the precious challenge of command. Lead them well and with your heart, and these amazing professionals will follow. Take care of them, and they will take care of the mission. Finally, to the Comptroller team and to the wing staff agencies, I know you will perform for Lieutenant Colonel Dejesus in the same outstanding way you did for Lieutenant Colonel Davis. Thank you for the work you do every day in delivering outstanding customer service. It is not easy work, but the pride and professionalism you display and your love for what you do inspires us all. It is my honor to serve with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Girardi. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present Lieutenant Colonel Davis with the Meritorious Service Medal. Normally, the medal would be pinned on and salutes exchanged. However, due to the CDC's recommended social distancing guidelines, part of these traditions will be foregone today. Please stand for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the Meritorious Service Medal to Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis. Lieutenant Colonel Ross M. Davis distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 87th Comptroller Squadron, 87th Air Base Wing, Joint Base McGuire-Dix, Lakehurst, New Jersey. During this period, Lieutenant Colonel Davis served as the Chief Financial Officer to the Joint Base Commander, where he controlled and executed a $373 million portfolio in support of 5 wings, 88 mission partners, and 52,000 personnel at the Department of Defense's only tri-service joint base. He synced financial support for 2 wings that supported humanitarian responses to 3 natural disasters, which equated to 56 rapid global mobility missions and the movement of 252,000 pounds of cargo. Additionally, he launched the first economic impact report in over 10 years, quantified the installation's $4.8 billion footprint, and illustrated the value of the joint base mission to civic leaders from New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. Furthermore, Colonel Davis partnered with the 87th Contracting Squadron and the Air Force's Small Business Innovation Research Program to leverage $250,000 in wing funds to deliver a counter-small unmanned vehicle system capability worth $800,000 to base defenders. Finally, his efforts culminated in individual recognition as Air Mobility Command's 2018 Comptroller of the Year, and he led his team to win the Air Mobility Command's 2019 Comptroller Organization of the Year. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Davis reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Davis.
All right, good morning out there. First, I want to thank Matt for another great rendition of the national anthem. It gets better every time. Wonderful. And thank you, Chaplain Husbelt, for the invocation. You always showed up with a coffee and conversation, and just what I needed it the most. Thank you for always being there to listen. Would also like to thank Captain Bogan, Lieutenant Bartholomew, Lieutenant Miller, Senior Airman Cespedes, Tech Sergeant Spellman, and the entire public affairs and protocol teams, and everyone else who helped with the ceremony. You did an amazing job overcoming the challenges of our new normal. Well done. Chief Fitch, thank you for being here in person. It means a lot that you took the time. Colonel Gelati, thank you so much for your trust, patience, and the opportunity to lead the wing staff agencies in the 87th Comptroller Squadron. I've learned many things from you over the last year, and the one thing that will always stick with me as an officer, father, husband, son, and friend is if you can be anything, be kind. Thank you again. Jerry, welcome to the best Comptroller Squadron in the Air Force. You're receiving a strong team that is focused on continuous improvement. The Air Force sent the right officer at the right time. Your past experiences will guide this unit to greatness. Be bold, be humble, and have fun. I wish you all the best. To the group and squadron commanders, past and present, thank you for your friendship and leadership. I am very proud to be a part of a wing that worked tirelessly as a team to deliver a premier launch pad for our joint warfighters. I hope we get the opportunity to work together again. Till next time. For all the members of the wing staff agencies, thank you for allowing me to represent you in our wing and across the joint base. This Air Base Wing cannot effectively support 88 mission partners without your expertise. You are the most diverse group on this installation, and it was inspiring to see you have each other's back all day, every day. Be proud of your contribution to the mission and continue to lead the way. Now for my wife, Rebecca. Thank you for enduring another assignment and another command tour. Your sacrifices may not receive awards, decorations, or even simple gratitude. But none of this happens without you. And this experience is only rewarding because I have you by my side. Hopefully, that nice house in Virginia will make up for all the thank yous that I forgot over the last 3 years. See you soon. To my family, the 87th Comptroller Squadron, it has been an honor to be your commander. And while there are many accomplishments to acknowledge, I will actually remember other defining moments that made our relationship so special. I'll remember our intense volleyball games, weekly all-calls, visiting the New York Stock Exchange and Independence Hall, creating a heritage room, retirements, finally replacing the 20-year-old furniture, removing the 40-year-old file storage systems, promotions for both military and civilians, family members we lost too early in life, Honor Day, every fallen warrior brief, cleaning out the closet in our building, all closets, and doing it again and again and again. Shuffleboard, end-of-year closeout dinners, snapshot meetings, retreat, picnics, holiday parties, new babies, short lieutenant jokes, chiefs with no filters, no air conditioning, moving customer service to MPF, and then moving it back again because it didn't work. Food 2.0, BAS 2, the Gold Star Ruck March, and reciting the Airman's Creed together. And I'll stop there. Wow, there's so much more I would like to say, but I'll end with this. Thank you for accepting me as family. Thank you for crushing the mission. And thank you for elevating the finance brand. And most importantly, thank you for all the amazing memories that I will cherish forever.
Please stand for the change of command ceremony.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Under the provisions of the Air Force Instruction 51-509 and Special Order Number G20-0019, Lieutenant Colonel Ross Davis relinquishes command of the 87th Comptroller Squadron, and Colonel Jerry Dejesus assumes command. Signed, Colonel Bridget Gelati, Commander, 87th Air Base Wing.
Ma'am, I relinquish command.
Ma'am, I assume command.
Officers opposed.
Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce the Commander, 87th Comptroller Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Dejesus.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Colonel Gelati, Chief Fitch, commanders and senior leaders representing all the services watching us virtually, honorary commanders, special guests, and especially the men and women of the wing staff agencies and the 87th Comptroller Squadron. Thank you for setting aside some time in your busy schedules to be here in person and virtually to take part in today's ceremony. I truly appreciate it. Before I go further, I want to acknowledge the time and hard work the team put in to make this ceremony a truly memorable event. A special thank you goes out to the protocol team, the PA team, Captain Bogan for honchoing the prep for the ceremony, Lieutenant Bartholomew for narrating today, and the rest of the organizing team for doing an outstanding job today. Great job. Additionally, I would like to thank Chaplain Husfeld for that wonderful invocation, and Mr. Ebar for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. That was great, perfect, thank you. And finally, Colonel Gelati, thank you, ma'am, for presiding over today's ceremony. Throughout my career, the common theme I heard repeatedly is that squadron command is the most challenging and most rewarding job you can have in the Air Force. And having come from a squadron command position before here, I can attest to that being 100% true. So to have the opportunity to do it again and serve as a squadron commander here is truly humbling. Again, Colonel Gelati, I sincerely thank you for allowing me the opportunity and the privilege to lead the men and women of the 87th Comptroller Squadron. I truly appreciate it. And as we heard earlier during the decoration presentation, Lieutenant Colonel Davis and his team have done great things during his time here. Ross, on behalf of the squadron, I would like to thank you for all you've done. Good luck to you and Rebecca and the kids as you continue your Air Force adventure in DC. Finally, to the wing staff agencies, and particularly the men and women of the 87th Comptroller Squadron, I have been impressed with your professionalism, dedication, resiliency, and the abundant motivation you have demonstrated through these particularly challenging times. Your outstanding reputation precedes you, and I am humbled and excited to join the team and work side by side with every single one of you. I look forward to being part of the family and to the opportunities, challenges, and successes we will navigate together. Thank you.
The members of the 87th Comptroller Squadron are delighted to have Lieutenant Colonel Dejesus and his family join our Air Force family. We are also proud to have served with Lieutenant Colonel Davis and wish him and his family good luck in their next assignment. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for attending. Please stand for the playing of the Air Force song. Please keep in mind the new lyrics.